Thank you, Avishai. I actually referred to, Avishai spoke a lot about improving your product in a constant dialogue with the market, and this is something which a guy by the name of Albert Savoia refers to. He's a repeat entrepreneur who succeeded a great deal in his first enterprise, failed dramatically on his second one, then went to work for Google, and he coined a very interesting term called prototyping. Okay, it's like prototyping, but it's prototyping because he said, create something which is quick and dirty, it's not the real product, and test it right away. Continue testing it until you understand that you hit something very interesting. A word from Jeff Bezos, founder and CEO, and he recently said something which was quoted on the Motley Fool. And he says, I very frequently get the question, what's going to change in the next 10 years? That's a very interesting question. It's a very common one. I almost never get the question, what's not going to change in the next 10 years? And I submit to you that that second question is actually the more important of the two. Because you can build a business strategy around things that are stable in time. And on the other hand, we hear Wayne Gretzky, who's a famous hockey player. And he says a good hockey player plays where the puck is, but a great hockey player plays where the puck is going to be. So we're now looking at the future again. In our next session, I'm going to call on board 3 entrepreneurs who are also investors, and then 6 or 7 young entrepreneurs who will pitch very quickly, 30 seconds each. So if you could please raise the, raise the masach. What's that?
Sorry, somebody said I should come on board.
Yeah, I guess I'll introduce you and you can come on board. We have 3 people on the panel. Yanki Margalit, entrepreneur and social entrepreneur. He started Aladdin in Odo and he's chairperson of Space.il. Yanki built his first computer at the age of 14, many years ago. Started his first business at the age of 15 and was kicked out of school at the age of 17. Yanki developed a product called NoPro, a software program that used artificial intelligence to help human experts in their decision-making process. Artificial intelligence was very big in those days. To protect his software against piracy and illegal use, Yanki invented the HASP, a hardware-based software protection key. With these 2 products, he started Aladdin Knowledge Systems in 1985. Under his leadership as chairman and CEO, Aladdin grew to be a profitable company, global, traded on NASDAQ since 1993, with 600 employees in 10 countries, serving thousands of software developers and corporate clients around the world. In 2009, with close to $150 million in sales, Aladdin was acquired by a U.S. private equity fund. Yanki has supported the creation and development of many organizations and social enterprises, including Idealist, Latet, College for All, Meet, Adama, MIT Enterprise Forum, of which he is vice chairman, and Space.il, which he chairs. Would you like to introduce the other 2?
I will. Thank you.
Sure.
I hate that part, really. Sorry. Thank you very much, Sheila. Really. Thank you very much. I hate the introductions. Welcome, and I have a good surprise for you to start with. I convinced Avishai to join us for the next panel. I was so influenced by his talk. I think that Avishai and Wix define a new generation, a new culture in the Israeli high-tech, so it was very important for me to see Avishai on stage. Please join us. And the original panelist, Tal, Barnoach, please come and join us, and Ofer Shoshan. This is going to be a fast panel, I promise you. It's not the standard panel that you're used to. Yes, we have names here. And the reason it's going to be fast because we want to make it different. As you can see, we have three amazing, I think, panelists, and we want to embarrass them. We want to get them out of their comfort zone. We want you to participate, okay? And we want to discuss funding, fundraising. We want to discuss funders and founders, and I think that we have a great team here. So help me, please, to embarrass them. Let's take it a bit lighter this evening. We are going to invite 5 or 6 entrepreneurs to give us a very short pitch about their ideas or startups, and the panel here will act as judges. But you will become the judges of the judges. If you like their judgment, you yay them. If you hate their judgment, you nay them. Give them feedback. Don't be shy. You are part of the show this evening. And allow me to start with a very standard question, okay? By the way, how many of you need to raise money right now? Please raise your hands. How many need to raise money? More than entrepreneurs. I mean, we have less than the... I mean, why are you raising money? I mean...
Not for your house, you mean for a new company, right?
Maybe we need to clarify that. We need to clarify that. How many of you have already raised money? Okay, that's a good... how many of you will not raise their hands no matter what I ask them? Okay, we should focus on these guys. So a lot of you need to raise money. And I need to start with a quick answer from the distinguished panel list. What do you do? I mean, but practically, what do you do? Don't give me the slogans. Don't give me the big picture. Practically, what do you do? You have a need. You need to raise money. What do you do? Ofer.
The best thing is to try and not raise money, and then you control your own company and your own destiny. I did both, and I recommend the other one.
I mean, it worked for you. You tried not to raise money, and you raised money?
That happened as well with clusters, because we raised money in a period where there were no other companies, so we actually got more money than we expected. But with the 1 hour translation, we managed to build a big profitable business without raising $1.
Okay, so I heard 2 things here. One, don't look interested. I mean, it's like a girls-boy game. Don't look too interested, and then you'll be able to raise money. But the second advice was a bit different. You said, do it yourself. Bootstrap yourself. We'll get to that a bit later on. Tal, what do you do? You need to raise money. What do you do?
Have a clear vision, know exactly what you want to do, have a presentation to show people like me, and the rest is just convincing other people that you have something that people will need it. Because if no one will need your product, then your vision is not worth anything.
Thank you. Avishai, have you ever tried to raise money from Tal?
No.
Lucky you, lucky you.
No, I can say I'm doing pretty much what Tal is doing. The only difference is that they also have an Excel with 2 spreadsheets. Very, very simple, with about, I don't know, 50 lines in each one of the spreadsheets, and that's it. So I can show kind of like the business and what I think about it, how many people I need to hire, and how much it's going to cost.
So you raised money from angels?
I raised money in my life from many different places. Angels, VCs, yes, and now stock market.
Let's focus on the angel state for a second. I mean, give us some practical advice approaching angels.
Get good angels. They're a lot better than bad angels, people that are really going to support you. No, I think that the most important is that you go there and you kind of like, well, you show a dream, right? And then when you show, I think, I'm going to repeat what Tal said, you have to have a very clear vision. And a clear vision is, what do you do? Why is it different? Why is it new? How you take it out to the market, okay? Once you have that, and you can show that in an exciting way, you have a good presentation. The last part of it, you need to show, okay, this is how much it's going to cost me to make it, and this is why we'll be able to either raise money or become profitable with the money that you give us. Because this is what they're looking for. They want to know how you can continue to build a business after their money. So it's either the company will make a lot of money, won't need to raise money anymore, or that the company be in a situation that is very easy to raise money in the next phase. So this is the big question that they have in their mind. If they believe in the idea, they want to know that you can do those things.
Okay, great. Ofer, can you extend a bit on how do you build your company without raising money?
So most of the companies I see today, entrepreneurs and teams are doing internet or applications, and for that basically you need to be able to develop. By the way, a lot of the development you cannot do yourself, you can outsource, and we are doing some applications that are not part of the main core technology, and we do them on ELANs for hundreds of dollars or few thousands of dollars that most people can afford, and then just throw it out there and see if it floats. And in that case, relatively small investment can get you to results. Obviously, if you're doing an enterprise software company like Avishai said earlier, and was my previous company as well, then, or if you're doing medical devices or things like that, then you need to raise money. But I guess most of the people here are more into apps or internet initiatives, and in these cases you can bootstrap in many.
Sure. Tal, you wanted to...
No, the only thing to add to it is that you can do bootstrap until you need marketing dollars. And when you need to test the product and you need to take it out there, with all the respect, if you don't have marketing dollars, then you're another app, product, web, whatever are you out there. So I agree that you can do the bootstrap until you go out to the market. When you go to the market, don't go without dollars because you're not going to succeed. Okay? You need to rise above the noise. You can't rise above the noise unless it's a miracle without marketing dollars. Not biz dev, marketing dollars.
I agree. I just want to say that I think it's an advice. It's true. How much money did it cost you to make the product that you didn't release the money for? In terms of salary that you didn't take? And
yeah, we did like 1 year without salary.
Right, so just building product without raising money is very expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd like to create some synthesis of what was said here. I get to see also young entrepreneurs who come to raise money, and I think that the angel community is now aware of the fact that it is so simple, so easy to develop the first version of your app that we actually hate to invest in ideas anymore. Because if you have an idea, what we expect you to do, go ahead, implement your idea. I mean, come at least with an alpha version. I mean, don't take your salary for a year. Find a partner. Partners are very important. Bring your own partners. Work at nights. Develop your first beta alpha version. Don't come to us with an idea. Come when you need marketing dollars. That's the time to approach the angels. And there are negatives and positives here because we expect the young entrepreneurs today to come with much more matured products and technologies before they even approach the angels. Just a PowerPoint presentation is not enough. Do you agree with that?
Definitely. There's no reason, if you come and you think that the app you're developing is the greatest thing since the wheel, then why don't you do it?
Then just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be easy today to at least come with a good alpha and then be more persuasive. And then come for us, to you, for marketing dollars.
Right. But, huh?
Okay, so we'll rush it. Before we go to the pitches, I need one advice from each one of you, what not to do when we approach you.
Don't get on my nerves. Sometimes you have, especially with some Israelis, they know everything. So why do you need to come and speak with me? If you know everything, speak with yourself. And
okay, that's straightforward.
You can say do's and don'ts, the most important thing is when you come to meet me, be prepared. Because if you're not prepared, I will notice after a few minutes, and then, you know, I'm off. The other thing that don't do is don't come with me with the Excel that's showing in the first year $2 million, second year 8, third year 13, fourth year 40, 80, and you know all the EBITDA for the 5 years, and you know how much money you're going to make. I don't believe you, so don't do that.
This is exactly the Excel I used all my life to raise money. Exactly.
Okay. By the way, Avishai, somebody is already approaching you for fundraising, or you're still on the other
I
side?
invested in a couple of companies.
So you also act as an angel
a little bit. I'm
investor.
not, mostly in things that I really understand.
And your phone number? We'll stop here. Thank you. Okay, let's open the stage, and I'd like the 5 pictures, maybe if they can just join us, sit in front of the audience so that we can do it quickly. And I'd like to invite, first of all, Facey, Ben Anor. You are the first one. Come, take my mic. You have 30 seconds to pitch your idea. They are the first judges, and this is the real judge. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ben Anor. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have several startup companies that are running currently, and I'd like to talk about Facey. What is Facey? How many people of you know each other here? Can you raise your hands, please? Only a few. So imagine yourself, if you go now to an application called Facey, spelled F-A-C-Y, you can know exactly who are near you. You can talk with them, you can review them, you can rate them. If you know anything about them, you can share with other people. You can announce them anything you want. Just imagine that to whom it happens that told hi in the elevator to his neighbor and didn't know the name of the neighbor. Does it happen to you? So using application Facey, you can know who are people around you. Now, the question why to invest in Facey. There are within 4 months 25,000 users in Israel. Facey is implemented in 15 languages, and it's running also in China, United States, Russia, and all European countries. And as Avishai told, we have to measure everything. So yes, we are measuring everything, and people are, the unique amount of people are coming every month, are coming up and up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I know it's a stress to do it like that, but this is a simple question to you. Do you want to hear more? If the answer is yes, raise your hand. Do you want to hear more? Yes or no? I mean, raise your hand if it's a yes, you want to hear more?
I just want one comment. You started and said that you're involved in few startups now. I'm not going to invest in you.
Sorry, say it again.
I have to say that for me, that was also, that's a terrible mistake.
Let me answer, maybe.
No, sorry, we don't have the time for that. But
that is a terrible mistake. That also kind of made me think, okay, this guy is not going to concentrate.
I'm sorry, we don't have the time for that. Do you want to hear more? Raise your hand, please. You are from Facey? Okay. Guys, I know it's a bit tough. And I promise you one more thing. All the pictures will be able to meet the panelists after the panel, okay? So it will be a fair thing. Okay. Next one, I'd like to invite Ben Weiss from Algo Marketplace.
Hi everyone, Ben. So my father is also an investor, but I have a big fetish for trying to bring him data to support his decisions, and it didn't work out. It was too bottom up, and no matter how hard I tried to sell him research ideas, he didn't understand how his questions are going to be answered. So basically, he was too used to other ways of making decisions. Well, it's a story of a generation. It's not just mine. It's a story of how executives in the enterprise have a hard time to understand how analytics capabilities and new data sources can help them, whether it's signals from phones or other big data ways. Since that, I've co-founded some companies. I've done web intelligence myself, and now I want to build a marketplace that basically offers decision makers and their data scientists to have a walk in a large pool of business questions and analytics models built by other data scientists and consultants like me that have a big fetish for new research ideas and buy them and apply them in-house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to hear more? Any feedback?
Go ahead. There is two things. One, we don't understand the difference between this and other things that exist already. You didn't say anything about it. The second thing is that I'm not sure it can become a very big company.
I think that considering what the possibilities today of working together on a huge amount of data that are in the cloud or in a place that you can access on the internet, I think that for me, that would be a company that I'd like to hear more about, because I think there is an opportunity that can be derived from that.
Okay.
I actually, in the past 3 months, saw 2 teams that are already running on algorithms marketplace, so I would check the market, and I have to agree with Tal, it's tough I think, to make money here.
Thank you. And you? Will you want to hear more? Are you excited? Hard to say. It's a very tough game, I know. We'll see you later on. Yaron Schwartz from, it's Maller Nation? Say it again? Maker Nation. Maker Nation. Yaron, please.
Can you just start this? Hi, my name's Yaron, and we are Maker Nation. We are building a state-of-the-art digital manufacturing facility for the community, empowering entrepreneurs, engineers, designers, and artists to create the technologies and aesthetics of the future. A collaborative workspace equipped with tools to enable innovation in several disruptive technologies, including the Internet of Things, advanced robotics, brain tech, synthetic biology, 4D printing, and advanced materials. This is the right time, and Israel is definitely the right place. There is very little infrastructure to support hardware startups in Israel, and it's imperative to fill the gap. We will either ride the wave of disruptive innovation or be crushed by it. We are Maker Nation. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you got your judgment from the audience already. And
I didn't understand what you're doing.
אני אוהב את השפם שלך.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yuval Nechmadi, Wonder 3D? Wonder 3D?
Hi. My name is Yuval Nechmadi, Wonder 3D, working at Wonder 3D. What we do, we created a technology that enable using a simple webcam to acquire location and orientation of objects in 3D. Basically, we use this technology in order to connect with toys, with games. So using the webcam, we can detect in 3D space every toy that we predefine, and then be able to connect it and activate any games. Comparing this technology to Kinect, we have a latency of 50 seconds compared to Kinect, which is we have a latency of 50 milliseconds compared to Kinect, which is 250 milliseconds, basically 5 times less than Kinect. We are using toys, so the children can really feel that he's playing, holding a gun or waving his magic wand or sword.
waving the time, waving the time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Tal.
You know 3DX? What? 3DX, you know? You know the company? Okay, so what's the difference?
Basically, they use body gesture and we use toys, and by this we are much more reliable and much faster.
Okay.
And there are many things.
Okay.
I would say it's an enterprise company. I don't do enterprise companies in any way because you have to convince computer game manufacturer to build a game around your technology. And I think that's the big challenge. So it's going to be about who wins more computer games company to do that and not about the technology itself. And that makes it, for me, something that I would be super afraid to invest in.
Okay, thank you. We'll take it on later on, okay?
One last question.
Sure.
Are you the CEO? Are you a technology guy? Okay.
I think it's interesting.
That was a hint? Or? Okay, thank you. And I'd like to invite Sharon Adashi. Sharon, yeah? Is there a Sharon from Trendem? Right here. The stage is yours.
Hi. Avishai, the CEO of Trend Demon, and what we're doing is we have a social plugin for content channels that encourages people to share more content. We're basically getting people to see how many people were interested in what they had to share. And this, we found, increases the number of shares. We allow publishers to monetize from these opportunities. We're working currently in Israel with leading publishers like Tapuz, Haaretz, Mako, bootstrapping for 3 years, and now looking for marketing dollars to go outside. Thank you.
Yes, interesting. On what the plugin connects to what platform?
The plugin is working with all networks. It's a line of code that the publisher puts either in his website or in his fan page, and we can track email, chat, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
Yeah,
all right.
nice.
And we have a Wix plugin in 2 weeks. So.
I love him.
Okay. It seems that many started to love you here. And the last one for this evening is Ilan Shifter. Almost the last one. We have another one. Perfect. From Play Patterns.
I'm the CEO and founder of Play Patterns. It's a company that creates physical interactive playgrounds. I'm referring to what we call in Israel mischakiot or jimbori, placing small projectors above each of the surfaces in the structure, and basically turning all the floors that kids run on into one endless computer screen, using Kinect cameras to track the motion, the location, and the identity of each kid. And there is a game system that can load and run different games, and it's in Presid. Thank you.
Is it outdoors or indoors? Outdoors or indoors?
Indoors, it's projections.
Yeah, very nice.
You got another thumb up. Any more feedback?
As I think we both said, right, on the hardware side. You want to say anything about the hardware?
Go ahead.
No, we're not hardware guys, so.
Okay.
So we don't really, but I think this is an entertainment company. So, and that it's an entertainment company, right? And so it's very hard to measure from 30 seconds. I think you have to look at the vision and understand the details of that. It can be something that completely changes the universe or something that is pretty much banal, and it's very hard to know just by saying that. So it is interesting, I think, in many ways.
Is it out of the box or it's a project base? Out of the box product you have?
Yeah, it actually is building family training centers.
So if I want to buy it, I'm in Australia. Are you coming to Australia to buy it for me, to build it for me?
I'm also going to work with playground manufacturers that are going to buy, and basically building a game console that takes input and outputs to project.
Got it.
Okay, thank you very much. The last one for today is Gil, right, from Passionate. Please.
Wait until after I speak. Okay, so my name is Gil. I'm the CEO of Passionate, and I'd like to talk to you about peer-to-peer marketplaces. It's a booming phenomenon, like one-hour translation, like Fiverr, TaskRabbit, and so on. But it's time we take the peer-to-peer marketplaces to the next level, and this is where Passionate comes into the picture. The Passionate widget enables websites, forum owners, and blog owners to create their own content-oriented marketplace, so their users can offer their own services, enjoy the others' community services, and of course, we're also, to start things off, we are an aggregator of all these crowdsourcing platforms like Fiverr, one-hour translations, and so on and so forth. That's it.
I didn't understand exactly the model, but we can talk after. Like who is fine and where you are in the middle.
Okay.
Well, I know a bit more about it from before, so it's not fresh for me. But I was locked in my mind. Because that's kind of like what I heard again.
Okay. I'd like to thank the 5-6 brave entrepreneurs. You need some guts to come over here and do it like that, so. I'd like to thank the panelists and you for the real feedback. Go ahead. And we don't have time? Okay, it was a yes or no question.
What was the question?
Before I invested? It's very easy, I'm not investing.
Thank you very much.
About convertible loan, I have to say, if somebody agrees to give you a convertible loan, always take it. It's somebody that actually agrees to give you an investment based on the valuation you're going to have next year or 2 years from now, and is willing to do that by taking a 30% discount. And as a company founder, you should believe that your company will be worth 10 times more at that time. So if somebody gives you a convertible loan, always take it. Okay?
Always take it. Always be on the bright side of.
Always take the convertible loan, of course. If
okay.
Not,
thank you very much, and thank you all. Ella, will you take leadership now? Okay. Thank you.